For number 1, we have 2x minus 7 equals 11. My first step is to add 7 to both sides. Rewrite the equation so that you have 2x equals 18. Dividing both sides by 2, you will get x equals 9. Number 2, notice that the x is on the right hand side of the equation this time. My first step will be to add 1 to both sides. Rewrite the equation so that 14 plus 1 is 15. That will equal negative 3x. Now I will want to undo the multiplication between negative 3 and x, so I will divide both sides by negative 3. And that will give me x equals negative 5. Number 3. Negative 1/2 x minus 3 equals 21. My first step will be to add 3 to both sides. I will get negative 1/2 x equals 24. At this point I will multiply both sides by negative 2, which is the reciprocal of negative 1/2. That'll cancel out the negative 1/2 and the negative 2, leaving me with 24 times negative 2 is negative 48. Number 4, 4 minus 5x equals 24. If I subtract 4 from both sides, that will give me negative 5x equals 20. At this point I have negative 5 times x, so I want to undo the multiplication. I'll divide both sides by negative 5. That will give me x equals negative 4. For number 5, subtracting 7 from both sides, I will get negative 12x equals 55 minus 7, which is 48. Divide both sides by negative 12, and I will get an x value of negative 4. For number 6, 9 plus 3x equals 36. The first thing I want to do is subtract 9 from both sides, and I will get 3x equals 36 minus 9 is 27. If I divide both sides by 3, at this point I will get x equals 9. Number 7, adding 28 to both sides will give me 5x equals 35. Dividing both sides by 5 will give me x equals 7. For number 8, I want to subtract 15 from both sides. Negative 15 minus 15 will be negative 30 equals 3x. Undoing the 3 times x by dividing both sides by 3 will give me an x value of negative 10. For number 9, if I subtract 7 from both sides, I will have negative x over 3 equals 4. At this point I will multiply both sides by negative 3. Notice that my negatives will cancel, the 3's will cancel, and I will be left with x equals 4 times negative 3, which is negative 12. And finally for number 10, I have x over 4 plus 2 equals negative 10. If I subtract 2 from both sides, I will have x over 4 equals negative 12. And at this point I have x divided by 4, so I will want to multiply both sides by 4 to isolate the x, and I will get x equals negative 12 times 4 is negative 48.